Guys, my name is Nick and welcome back to the channel and welcome to a slightly different video today. We're going to be taking a look at OABG Studios behind the scenes, show the setup. I did a setup video a long time ago. I'll leave a link in the description below for that, but this is the slightly revamped version. I've got some new hardware that I've been using for some time now, but I thought I would give you a brief studio tour. So what I'll do is I'll flip the camera around, and when we come back, we'll go through what's in it. First thing to note then from the old video is we've got new doors in the house. These are far nicer than the ones that were fitted by our previous owner, which were disgusting and didn't actually fit the door frames. So we've had new frames and new doors. Highly exciting for those that are interested in domestic DIY. But above the door, what happens in the man cave stays in the man cave. Very important. I have actually put up some of my painting certificates that I've got over the years. This bit of an ego wall. Not all of them are there, but from various Games Workshop Warhammer World campaign events. Many Best Army nominees. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. I've never won Best Army, but many other awards. I decided that, you know what, they should sit up here, and they go back some time for those that remember many of these events, Dark Zones being a long time ago. For those that watch my videos on a regular basis, you would know this. Let me just zoom out a little bit. This giant poster. This was a 40th birthday present from a friend of mine many moons ago, it feels like now, but takes pride of place, especially as a big Imperial Knight fan. That is pride of place in the background of all my videos when I talk to camera. We go to the right from the door then is the Cupboard of Doom. So there's a lot of secret projects that go on in there, aka stuff that's still in the cellophane that I do want to get to at some point in the future. But yeah, what goes on in there remains a magical mystery. But yeah, it's lots of boxes and bits and stuff I don't want on display. Moving over to here is, zoom in, these are 4 out of the 7, because I need to buy some more frames of my Forge World Titan certificate of ownerships, whatever you want to call them, authenticity. It's a little bit wonky, let's straighten that up, there we go. Yeah, so just at the top there is my very first Warhound Titan. Then I've got another Warhound Titan, a Reaver Titan, and then a Warlord Titan. So yeah, I've still got the ones for a couple of other Warhounds and the Warbringer still to go up once I've remembered where I've got these photo frames from. Moving across the top then, we can see if you can see a reflection of me. Look, hello. IKEA cabinets, which are really quite cool. These are kind of ongoing projects in there. They used to have stuff on display, but now it is just all my stuff that's finished now gets boxed in either magnetic boxes or just put into storage, because it's kind of a good thing to do. Once you've done something, is to get it out of the way. But I did buy these for display purposes only, but now they are ongoing projects. So sneak peek, there's some Adeptus Titanicus in this one, some more Adeptus Titanicus in this one, some leftover, a couple of demon spares in there. In fact, my changeling is in there, which needs to be boxed. And then my Solar Guardian stuff is on the go in here. There's some Adeptus Mechanica stuff in there, and then some more marine stuff right at the very end. All across the top though is my Star Wars Lego collection. It's not all of it because it doesn't all fit in here. But yeah, Kylo Ren's shuttle and the UCS Landspeeder, Millennium Falcon, Y-Wing, Poe Dameron's X-Wing. Yeah, that kind of stuff. I'm a bit of a Lego fan. So that is up there. It's all I can ram into the space that I've got available. Yeah, I keep it up there. So coming a bit further down then, I've had a bit of a recent tidy up, but let's start in this corner here. I've got a little wheelie trolley, which is very handy for moving around, especially when you want access into the Cupboard of Doom. This is sprues of Doom and a few more boxes down here. Some spare filters for the airbrush booth, and And then a pile of Bitzboxes just down there. I do want to try and get rid of those very soon. But some other terrain projects that are just stashed down there as well. And then starting along the desk, I've got a little mini Bitzbox up here. And then there's some storage drawers, some MDF storage drawers just underneath there, battery chargers for my cameras. In those storage boxes, there's like cleaning products, there's MIG oils, anything that kind of just fits in those drawers just lives in there really. Masking tape, that kind of stuff. And we've got the cable to a little mini photo booth for anything that does fit in there. I do have a bigger photo booth kicking around, but that is downstairs. But just for quick photos for Instagram and so on, can all just spin in there. A couple of Titan weapons, just they're kicking around just for magnetic orientation. So the actual Reaver Titan these belong to is in the loft. But I'm working on some Titans and stuff at the moment, and just to make sure I've got my magnetic orientation down so that I can switch and change my weapons around. I've just got the weapons down so that I know what's going on. And there is a new turbo laser to go on the top of that Reaver, ready to go. What else we've got going on here? Oh look, there's my fourth Warhound legs, which I haven't started yet, but they are on the list. Then this is my my PlayStation setup. So just at the back there's a PS4 Pro, all cabled up. That is all wired in there, and then a 24-inch BenQ monitor. Astro A40 headset, mix amp down there, and a Scuff gaming controller here. All charged, ready for a bit of Call of Duty or whatever gaming takes my fancy. So that's what that screen's for. It's on a full swing arm. In fact, both of these monitors are on a full swing arm. If I just get the camera down there. A full swing bracket. So it does come all the way out here, for example. And nicely folds away, keeps it flush, and again this one will move around as well, so I can bring that forward if I want to. A couple of really cheap speakers. I do want to upgrade the sound system on this PC because those speakers are shockingly bad. A couple of mugs. In those mugs I don't actually drink tea or coffee, that is camera memory cards and bits and pieces like that. I'll just keep in there ready to go, camera batteries and so on. Then moving over to here, this is probably the bit you don't see behind the camera. So normally you see me kind of sat in this chair with that big picture as the background. But the reverse shot, this is what I'm looking at when I'm recording my videos. So what I will have is this microphone is on a big swing arm. There we go. So if I bring that down there, you can see that camera, that microphone is now there. That kind of remains either in or out of shot, depending on what type of video I want to do. I'm actually beginning to include the microphone. I don't know why, but a lot of YouTubers seem to like showing their microphones. I've got no idea why, but I've started copying them. And you can actually see the microphone is being picked up on the Focusrite USB adapter, because this is an XLR microphone. And to talk to your PC, it needs to go through this adapter, and the microphone is picking up my voice as I talk, which is why it's glowing up green. Just turn that off and it will stop doing that. And if I keep talking, is that going to stop? You can stop now, thank you. Just above that then is my Stream Deck. So when I do my live draws and stuff, and I did want to do some more live videos of me painting or whatever and just live streaming, I have got this in readiness, so I can actually change the scene of the stream just on quick buttons here. So if you've never seen one of these, it's basically a hotkey jobby. So instead of having to move your mouse around and try and find out what buttons you need for like Streamlabs OBS, I can just go and press this button here for my on-air button. Yeah, so various buttons that will bring up different face and camera angles, because as you go around this room, there are a lot of cameras. So there's my original webcam, there's my Sony A6400 camera, and then just up here is another camera, it's another webcam, and then my main video camera is just over here, but we'll get to that in a second. So this is the view that I've got as I'm talking to you guys and making video content. Sound baffles, or whatever you want to call them, sound dampeners to try and reduce a bit of echo in the room. just all adhered to the wall. And then we have this ring light. So this is what tries to hopefully illuminate my face a little bit better. So it's a little control underneath here. And that brings, look at that, that is super bright. So you might see that in the reflection in my eyes if you're looking at this, but it does make a big difference to, if you look at my older videos, you get a lot of shadow from the room lights that I was using back then, but this just completely removes that with the camera in the middle, which is my beautiful A6400. That is connected via a mini HDMI, which just runs down the back of my terrible cable management and into the top of my PC down here. And this goes into an Elgato capture card, or a what do they call them? Camera card, which is this one here, which means you get straight video straight out of there. And there's also a dummy battery cable, so it's always powered rather than using camera batteries. And that means that what I see on my video software is the direct feed out of that video camera. So instead of recording to a memory card like you would on a video, it records directly to my my video software. So that means I haven't got to export memory cards and all of that messing around. So that's how I record my face stuff. Let me just move this microphone out of the way. There we go. And just for out of interest though, just how I've mounted all of this. So there is a metal pole just here, which is actually a furniture chair leg bolted to the desk. And then I've got these Manfrotto clamps or Manfrotto swing arms. So this can actually move entirely around. I can actually bring this all the way out to about here. So if I did some standing up video, which I did do recently, I can bring the microphone right out and I can bring that camera closer to me or further away and keep that light where I want it to be. So it's fully adjustable. The cables are a little bit snug though. That's the only reason I don't do it a lot. But yeah, this screen here, this is my main editing screen then. So this is the one I work from because that's where the keyboard and mouse are. So I tend to work from that. Over here, I do have the third screen. And this is what I normally watch stuff on when I'm painting. So it's right in my eye line. So if I'm down here in the hobby zone, I've just got stuff going on up there. Now the sound does come from these speakers, which is a bit off-putting. But yeah, if I'm watching general stuff, the news or other YouTube videos, whatever, that's the screen I watch that on. The pile of doom in this corner then, I'm not going to go through everything, but it is paintbrushes galore. Lots of chemicals, gloss varnishes, spray cans, drying retarders, that kind of stuff lives in this corner. So it's a bit of a hodgepodge. I should be a bit more organised with that, but that's what lives in this corner. And then all across the back here is my main paint stash. So this is all my Vallejo paints in an MDF rack. Now I've exceeded the capacity of that rack, which is why there's loads of them now all across the front because I've just run out of space. You can see some projects on the go. For those that have been watching my Instagram recently will know that I've got 2 Warhound Titans on the go, and you can see the current state of play of those because they're currently there because I took a picture of that scene earlier. That's on Instagram and Twitter. But yeah, I've also got some more knights to finish off the collection also sat in the background. And look at this. This is a Book of Gold, the Model Masterclass Volume 2 from Imperial Armour Forge World. Yeah, don't leave home without that. Continuing the paint collection then, just across here, using some nail varnish holders, is my it's contrast paints, Tamiya clears, texture paints, technical paints, whatever you want to call them. A row of all the different types of shade, GW shades, and then I've got some AK Interactive weathering stuff just along the top there. So all of my key paints are kind of all in this general hobby area, all within arm's reach, ready to go. Improvised wet palette, and then this is the main area I work in. So I've just recently cleaned this. In fact, yesterday I cleaned my airbrush booth completely out because it was disgusting. So new filter in and all the rest of it. And yeah, that's what's on the go at the moment. So I have my airbrush is just here, got a long cable down here, and my compressor just lives underneath there. Behind there is a Dremel, and then we've got some more storage stuff in there, bits of terrain, more projects on the go in the back. And then some more chemicals. I've got some white spirit and some PVA, lots of tissue paper. As you can see, airbrushing causes a mess. That's why all that's in there, from masking tape to whatever. There's a lot of stuff in the bin at the moment. What else can we go? So let's go on to the shelving up here. So we've got some more paints, a beautiful BB8 handcrafted by Mrs. OABG. Something to try and make the room not smell completely like a hermit old man, which has actually run out of juice. It does stink a bit in here. A bit more Lego in the corner there. And then some books for easy reference. There's some white dwarves in there, some painting guides and some black library stuff. And then a little Yoda there. Again, Mrs. OABG hand crafting that with yarn and stuff. So what else have we got? Let's just take a seat. This rig all the way across the top here. So with all that beautiful cabling, which does disappear down into my PC and power. This is my main overhead light. It's an LED dimmable light. I think the bulbs are going in it, to be honest. It is a bit of a strain. And then an overhead web camera. So if I do want to record top down, you will get kind of that view, but a bit more. But a bit more zoomed out. And then the main recording camera is actually this video camera here. So let me just detach. That's my always wear that when you're working with resin and airbrushing. So let me try and prop the camera up and show you how this video camera works. So again, it's on a Manfrotto swing arm and on one of these little legs that I've screwed into the wall, because clamping it onto the shelving added too much load to it when you're moving it around. So I did put it on this separate little arm here to give it a bit more stability. But let me prop. Right, so I think you can see that. So again, this is on an HDMI cable, and this goes into the same socket that's on the PC that my main face camera works on, and all I do is just switch the HDMI leads around, so that then gives raw output from this camera. Once you take the lens cap off, straight to the PC, so I can record straight to it. So this is always on power, so just opening that should switch it on, and there it goes. And then just unscrewing that, I can now move this camera around to either film in the airbrush booth and just lock that off. And that is now filming straight into here. So if I'm doing airbrush tutorials or whatever, you can see that. It's obviously got a full zoom on it as well. But if I'm recording on the table and you want a different overhead shot instead of just the one on the overhead web camera, unboxings and so on, if I just tighten that up a little bit, that's now got a view of down here. But that folds away, you know, sort of nicely out of the way when I'm not using it. So we've also got some lighting. So let's talk about some of the lighting. So when I'm recording my videos, as I said, this is in the background, but I've got a little switch just underneath here. If I turn that on, we now get the LED surround out of the back of that. So that backlights me when I'm doing my videos. Yeah, super professional, of course. So that's what that is for. I also have another light which is built in to, well, not built in, but it's the same thing. It's an LED strip across the top of my airbrush booth. But I don't have an on-off switch for this. I ran out of power supply, so I actually have to manually connect this, which with one hand isn't super easy to do. There you go. So that now illuminates my airbrush booth. Excuse me. For ease of painting. And then the other lighting is this overhead one, and I've also got this adjustable daylight lamp as well. So if I just click the switch on there, that illuminates all of the desk. And if I really want some focus lighting, I can add this in as well, and that is fully movable to wherever I want it to go. So if I'm sat back a little bit, not at the desk, and I want to paint on my lap and I'm watching TV with my feet up, there you go, look, I've got no socks on. I can just bring that over and I can paint here like this with the right lighting as well. So there we go. So that is the updated tour. Just spin you all the way around here in my chair so you can see where we are. It's not a very big room, but I've kind of made the best of the space I've got. This custom made desk, this was handcrafted by Rich O'Keefe from the Floorhammer podcast. He made this for me, which is why it fits perfectly into the shape that I want it to. So well done to him. So go and check out his podcast. He doesn't do woodworking for anybody anymore. I think he lost his will to live after making this one. But there we go. That is the updated tour. So the after dark tour of the room then. So I've installed a few extra LEDs just for that moody lighting when I want to do a bit of gaming or just chill out and watch some YouTube videos and catch up on my subscriber feed. So with the power of the light switch, I shall turn the lights out. So this is now super dark. And what I've done now is flip the camera around. So what you can see now is just the lights of my PC that's glowing lovely down there. And my mouse and my Stream Deck and my speakers and so on. But I've put in a few little LEDs. If you just do the power of the on button. And the other one is down there. We now have some LED backlit painting OABG HQ. So it looks really cool at night, I think. But the magic of this is it does different colours. So if I really want it to be super moody, I can switch that to a red colour, depending what mood you might be in. I'm not sure whether red lights emanating from my bedroom is a good thing. So we can switch it to some different colours. It's just an RGB little remote control that does all of that. But yeah, super happy with that little modification for the evening, which means I can now backlit, chill out and watch some stuff on the screens, catch up on the YouTube, as I said, and just enjoy the atmosphere. So there we go then, guys, the updated OABG studio tour. I've not done one of these for a long time, so I filmed this on my phone rather than grabbing a camera and waving it all around. So I hope this comes out okay, because I've not made a video on my phone before, so it'd be interesting to see what that looks like and sounds like as I put it together in a minute. But I hope you enjoyed the tour. Any questions, don't forget to leave those in the comment section below, because that's what comment sections are for. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I shall catch you guys on the next video.